Could you blame me why I don't trust dealerships? Even dealerships such as Infinity. My first oil change on this vehicle, I actually did it myself. But I had to open the hood just to make sure they put everything back together. The reason why I brought it in here to the Infinity dealership this time around, because it needed tire rotation. And that's something I didn't want to do myself. And hopefully they put those doggone tires back to how it should have been. Oh goodness. So I had to show the service manager this. I wasn't mad. I told him I wasn't mad. It's just that, I mean, come on now. You know, like, how do you miss that, right? How do you miss that? I don't get it. As a matter of fact, it's just right there in front of you, staring right at you. If you know me well and you've seen the truck I was driving, you're probably going like, what the hell, dude? Why are you been complaining about this, you know? Look at the truck that you were driving. You know what? Hey, that's business. This is personal right here. Well, actually, this is also business. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyway, it just irks me that, you know, when I work on equipment, when I work on, because I was also a mechanic and I do a lot of mechanic work, but when I work on something, I take pride of that work. So that means when I'm finished with it, I'm cleaning it up, right? That's all I'm saying. Check this out. This is Amazon Flex. Story time. Let me give you a backstory before I explain this horrible hourly rate right here. So back in 2017, I signed up for Amazon Flex. I did not get approved for Amazon Flex until last year. Can you believe that? Last freaking year. Now, on to this. So I started looking into it. I was like, you know what? Let me just look into it, right? Let me tell you. Stay away. Look at that. $330, $63. And you're using your own fuel and you're using your own equipment. Straight garbage. Let me say again, straight garbage. Since I'm a very curious person and I also like to try out different things, you know, I wear so many hats, you know. I did pick up one of those shifts and it was paying $95 for 4 hours. That took me 5 hours to do, and there was over 48 deliveries, 48 different locations, 48 different addresses. Not 48 different locations, just 48 different addresses, because some of the apartment complex had like 2 or 3 deliveries in them. But oh boy, never again. Well, here we are back on that Uber grind. I'm telling you, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get our bankroll and we're gonna build it up. I'm gonna do some degen stuff too on this vlog now. Y'all watch out for that. We'll see how it goes, right? We're gonna try to do some things like, you know, run it 2 times, you know what I mean, where you bet one and then just double it up and run it again, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes, right? And so far we have a pretty good head start. Our first ride, $20 ride plus a $4 cash tip he gave us, and he's a poker player from Australia. Shout out to Jason. Yeah, shout out to Jason. He's in the main event. I told him, man, I hope I see you on TV. He's like, yeah, me too. And just like that, we got $22 ride with Lyft. That's Lux Black. And that's including the tip. So it's $22 total. Also, I ended up over here. We dropped off at Conrad. I ended up over here because there was surge over here. So now we're carrying a 575 surge. We were in the area, why not, right? So we added an extra mile maybe onto our trip. Now we're over here at, what do they call this place? I think they call this place Naked City. Naked City over by the Strat. Well, you don't want to be here. Like, I don't suggest you hanging out over here at all. This is not a very, I mean, you know, I've always hung out over here, but Some people always had some type of issues here. There was one guy back there on one of the streets I just turned from. There was one Mercedes. It's like it's got a new tag on it. It's not a new car. It's just a new tag, and or temp tag that is. Park on the side of the street, and driver's side door open, and this guy is just in there like this. He looked like he was either drunk or passed out, and I didn't want to find out because, like I said, naked city. So far, looks like it might be a little busy today. It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock, and I picked up the first ride around 12:30, and it's 2 o'clock, and we're at $46. Well, that wasn't so bad. So we picked up an XL ride. I switched it into XL because over by the Strat area, you're probably not more than likely gonna get a Premier ride coming from there, or even like a Lux Black coming from there. So we got us a $15.80 ride from there. Not bad. Went to the Venetian. Now we're over here by the Trump. Okay, a little bit of story time while we wait for that next ride. You know how this comment got me a little bit paranoid? I took down that video, that last video, or the video before the last one, because here's the story, right? So TCS is a trucker's fuel card. So basically the one I have is a cash account. So the way it works is like you get this card, you put money in it, and you start using that card for diesel, and in turn they're able to negotiate lower diesel prices with some of these major truck stops. Okay, so basically that's the gist of it. That's what a fuel card is for the trucker side. I'm pretty sure it's the same for like regular cars. Anyway, so enable for you to use this card at the truck stop, you have to, number one, have the physical card on you. Number two, you have to know the identity of the truck. On the way I had it set up, I did not think nothing of it. You know, I should have actually thought about it a little bit more. But the way I had it set up to where I only had to put in the truck number and have the fuel card physically, right, for me to fuel. So, but for me to get cash, and you're able to get cash off of that card from the truck stop, for me to get cash at the truck stop, I needed a few things. I needed the physical card, I needed a truck number, and I also needed an ID card to be verified by the cashier, right, that is giving me the cash. So these people last year, as a matter of fact, it's no 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, no, it was last year, 22, right? It was last year that somebody scammed my card, and I believe they did it because they were watching my YouTube channel, the trucking side, and when sometimes I fuel with that card, and they saw that fuel number, the card number on there, and they were able to use that and locate that, and they were able to locate my truck number and stuff like that. That's why I was a little bit more cautious when I got that comment, right, about my address being on there, because you never know. But anyway, it was weird that the person that scammed me was watching the channel, right? That's not the whole point. The whole point is that this individual should have never been able to fuel on my fuel card without the actual physical fuel card, right? That's number one. And number two, they should have never been able to get cash after they fuel off that card, because they don't have the physical card, and they do not have a license, an ID card that is attached, assigned to that card, right? Because I was nowhere near the area. Okay, so how did they do that? Only one thing that comes to mind is that they were in connection with the manager or something at that Love's, and it was the Love's in Moderna, California. Scammy, man. Scammy. So they were able to get $500 in cash and fuel, $300 worth of fuel. But I knew I was going to get the money back, which I did, but it took about 3 months for me to get the money back. Oh, I forgot to add on to that is that my account only had $500 in there. Now, let me tell you a little bit of experience about that fuel card. That fuel card, you cannot go over not even 1 cent overdraft or get more than that in comparison to what's available into the card. So I only had 500. I can only fuel up 500. That's it. But for some reason, they were able to go 300 pass, over $300. That's why I think they had to be in connection with the store representative or somebody, because they had to force authorize that, right? There's no way that they could just do that, like, automated, because the automated part will have stopped you from doing that. Well, here we go. We are back at the house. Just cleaning a little bit out of clean leather. Gotta work on those tips, I got the app on and waiting for rides. It doesn't look like it might be busy out there, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back out there. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for a ride, see if anything pops up. If something does pop up, we'll find out, see how good it is out there. One thing I've been noticing, which is kind of weird, it should apply to everything, is that when you have a vehicle like this doing Uber, people are less likely to slam the door on their way out, So, I mean, it's a good thing, but when I was driving a Nissan Quest, if I was driving anything else, it should be the same, right? I don't know. It's just weird. People just like, it's an instinct thing, I think. I don't know. Well, we didn't get another ride, but one thing I did though, I was like, what? Let's go check out WSOP.com, right? So I started checking out WSOP.com, and I ran into this tournament last night. It's a $10 buy-in, and it was like $5,500 guarantee. It went over the guarantee after the add-ons and everything, but man, same story. So check this out right here. It was pretty much like when I caught the tournament, I started with like 10 bigs, and then I was able to get to like 16 bigs after the add-on, and I got into this hand right here. This hand, we won it with the ace queen. We just shoving that hand all in all day long, and then we saw a few just terrible hands, and then we saw this hand right here. This hand was pretty much let's see, so it went, oh, there you go. What the heck, why is it on that screen? Okay, so this hand went like, we're in the small blind. Yeah, okay. So we're in the small blind in this hand, and it went, I believe it went fold to me. Yeah, it was folded all the way to me, and we don't have a whole lot of choice. I mean, how often do you run into kings there, right? And then how often is he flopping a freaking king there? Oh my goodness. So that's the story of that tournament. Now, there was another game that we got on, which was the cash games. Back to history, and let's go Texas Hold'em. And you see my balance is running really low. Okay, okay, so 7-5. Yeah, so it has to be this one, right? So here we go. There was a hand. Oh, so we had a couple of, actually, well, how did payoff was 48, payoff was 27. Okay, we had back to back. So ace 9. So let's play that. I don't know why this keep going this way. Maybe it'll stay here now. Okay, let's play that real quick. I believe this one, I can't remember. Okay, where's our position? So we're up here. It looks like, wait a minute. So it looks like we just called it, and okay, aggro. just aggro the whole way, and he had nothing. 'Cause, I mean, like, if we refresh that and put it on medium, he pretty much had nothing there. He was bluffing the whole way. So check it out. This is our first hand actually. Yeah. Oh, we bought in the, yeah, we bought the freaking bigs, right? Okay, so we called it with the ace nine, ace on the window. He bets again, bets again. I mean, it's just standard call, right? He bets. We shoved the rest of it in there, targeting a jack. I was hoping he had a jack. 39, maybe a little too big on the shove. I think maybe min click that. I think min click that would have been better. Okay, okay, I see that. All right, now let's go look at queens. How did we play this queens? How did we play the queens here? So starting, we got 72 bucks. We open the 150 from the middle position, and we got a re-raise. Oh yeah, we have to shove it, right? Man, these freaking online players are so aggro, man. I'm telling you, just so aggro. And then we run into this hand right here. If this hand still okay, so let me tell you what I was thinking the whole time with this hand, right? So looks like we're in the cutoff, right? We got queens again. My goodness, these ladies. So we have to raise that, right? So we make it $9, and he shoves the rest of it in there. You know, I actually had to think about that hand, because I mean, before you see the ace king, I was hoping actually ace king. I did not want to see kings or aces, you know. But kings and aces is not doing that. It's not shoving that much into a freaking $9. I mean, $12 into the pot, you know. I mean, like, $12 pot, you're gonna shove like freaking A, man. You're gonna shove $76 effective. That's too much, right? So I was thinking, well, I was hoping like the top of his range should have been ace king. That's what I was hoping, and I was thinking that, and I was like, you know what, he has ace king here, right? I mean, like, it's so hard to fold this pre-flop. I mean, I think you could also elect to fold this, but I think it's just way too hard to fold it here, man. So I was like, because that shove is too much, right? If he had something like kings or aces here, he would be like, if it was me, I would be like, okay, let's go 24, right? Maybe even a little bit smaller, slightly smaller, right? And then I would be shoving, if I had a hand such as this one, queens or even ace king or even freaking ace queen, maybe. Yeah, maybe ace queen. But anyway, and then you easily call, right? If you had kings or aces or whatever, right? But I think his thinking there, and I like it, is that he's blocking a lot of aces and kings combos, right? So I like the way he shoved there. That's why I thought about it, and I was like, I almost folded, really, actually. So I'm glad I didn't, and we held, man. It was a good good run out for a change, right? And then it's a diamond, so it's like any red. That's all I wanted to see was red. So with that hand, we actually won $130 off the cash games. You know what? It's a good day, right? On Uber and Lyft, we did just $100. We didn't do much. We didn't do great on there. I mean, like, mileage wise, we didn't run that much miles. I would say just around the strip, I would say less than 15 miles. Yeah, I'd say less than 15 miles. We ran throughout the whole strip, you know, just running those rides. But and then the rest of it was just either waiting here, that's it, just waiting here, sitting here waiting, and play a little bit of poker, you know. And that's it. That's the end of this vlog, man. What do y'all think about this vlog, man? This kind of style vlog, it's just all over the place, you know. But I want to stay disciplined, and I want to keep creating content. That's my goal. That's where I want to be at. I want to be consistent with it. So let me know down below what y'all think, man. We'll see y'all in the next video.